Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, when do we claim the right of self-defense? When we feel threatened? When it's an imminent attack? When we determine that we're going to be attacked physically, verbally? So it's very tricky. The US, for instance, claims self-defense in Iraq by being stationed, the military is stationed in Iraq, stationed in Syria, gets attacked again while occupying, I'm talking about Syria at least, and they call it self-defense because some people in the area shoot at them. Is that self-defense? Well, let's see. Let's analyze this. Let's start with the article first, and here is the title. US forces attacked at Iraq air base respond in self-defense, my friends. So, let's say someone walks towards me, yelling at me and approaching me. Can I punch that person first and claim self-defense because I was threatened, I felt threatened? It could have escalated. Can I do that? What if that person walks to me or towards me and has a holstered pistol, not out, in the holster, and walks towards me? Can I feel Can I use self-defense and get mine and shoot? Can I do that? What if the guy holds the gun in his hand and walks towards me and talks to me? Can I claim self-defense and attack first? What if the guy points the gun at me without hurting me? Should I feel threatened? Can I use self-defense and shoot at the guy? Well, it's all kind of interpretations. When do I have the right of self-defense? After the guy shot at me or before? When I felt threatened? Well, if I felt threatened, I can feel threatened by a lot of things. It doesn't mean I'm going to react, can I? Now, self-defense can be used by everyone or just one or two countries on this planet. Because if you can use the self-defense argument and the right, then Russia could have claimed, hey, we felt threatened by NATO, therefore in self-defense we had to make sure that Ukraine doesn't become part of this evil empire to attack us. Of course, we can't use that. Why? For obvious reasons, because they don't let us. But, oh, you're back in business every time I start one? All right, so that's one. Now we have United States illegally occupying parts of Syria with military bases. If they get attacked over there, is that their reaction be considered in self-defense? So let's read this article here. So this is from yesterday, November 1st, 2023. Remember, this happened yesterday, and it say US forces were attacked at an airbase west of Baghdad on Tuesday. A US military aircraft responded in self-defense, killing a number of Iranian-backed militants, US official said. Now, don't go over there. Now, just for you to understand, I do not believe anything the US military tells me until I verify. Don't go over there. Why? Because they already have a history of lying. When? Well, let me think. Let me give you a slam dunk lie that cannot be, challenged. Remember the Vietnam War? All right. Remember how the Americans went full force in Vietnam War based on what? Yes, they used a manufactured action. It was a lie in the Gulf of Tonkin. Do you know where the Gulf of Tonkin is? By Vietnam. In Vietnam. So these guys, the American military, were attacked by Vietnamese boats, supposedly, because the Vietnamese boats attacked American destroyers in the neighborhood, because that's what people do. If you notice, in all your life, the big guy always gets attacked by semi-tards, because the semi-tards know that the big guy will fuck them up, but they still attack because they're crazy. Or let me put it in nature. Have you seen that all these big, nasty sharks, they always get attacked by the little fish, and then they get eaten by the shark? No. You understand that this is garbage. So anyway, everybody attacked United States of America, which is the victim. Somehow, right? In self-defense, with its military bases all over the world, because it's not an imperialist power like Russia, okay? because the United States, with its 800 military bases around the world, is the force of peace. Why? It is, okay? They say so, so we believe it. Okay, so then they get attacked by whom? By the people who are seeing the US forces, the forces of good, in their neighborhood. Oh my God. First, how do they know it was Iranian-backed militia? Yesterday, this article happened yesterday. And then let me read further and show you how garbage this article is. Not garbage article, the self-defense claim. That's why I have a problem with this. We retaliated in self-defense. At least say it the way it is. We are an occupied force in the area. Some people in the area, for good reason, based on our history in the Middle East, for instance, don't like us over there. It's okay, we don't care. There's our servicemen over there, they're going to be hit, not the guys in Washington, D.C., so we can afford. And you tell me we're going to act in self-defense. We landed over there, we changed the regime based on what? We landed, we never leave, it seems like. Oh, we left off Afghanistan. Yeah, we hit with drones whenever we want from Pakistan. What does that mean? Violating someone's airspace? Correct. Do we care? No, we never left. We do whatever we want. And we expect the people to love us and give us flowers when you show up. So that's another example of the trust of the US military. With Saddam Hussein. First, oh, they trained terrorists. No, they were part of the terrorist attack on September 11. Nah, they train terrorists. They have weapons of mass destruction. You know what? Let's bring freedom and democracy. Who asked you to do that? Well, it's okay. We know what's good for you. We're going to do it for you anyway. So that's how it escalated. And other countries, do you think they didn't see that? The Iranians did not see that. The Lebanese, not the Jordanians, the Syrians, they did not see what happened over there in the name of who? So anyway, those reacted. Now, let me show you how they reacted. They have planes in the air already. Unbelievable. I mean, believable because this is a garbage. So, Ain al-Assad Air Base was attacked by a close-range ballistic missile, one, that resulted in 8 injuries and minor damage to infrastructure, 2 US officials said. So these guys had a ballistic missile. Now, when they say ballistic missile, don't think of the Russian big ballistic missile with nuclear warheads, that intercontinental. No. And if this was a ballistic missile, that means it was guided, satellite guided by those militants backed by Iran. Is that what they're telling me? So fast, they already know it was a ballistic missile, not hard to determine. They were Iranian backed, okay? And even if they were, let's put it in the context of nature, all right? Have you ever seen a hawk landing in a tree? Obviously hunting. What do you think happens in the next, 2 to 3 minutes if you observe? Exactly, a lot of birds from the neighborhood where they live go and bother the hawk. Have you seen that? Why? And the hawk in self-defense will attack them. Now, why do you think the birds will attack the hawk? Most of those birds, if not all of them, probably have never seen a hawk attacking anybody. But some instinct tell them that that's no good. In the case of the US hawk or bald eagle, when it lands somewhere, they know there's no good. Why? Because they have history. Now, the birds just instinctually know the hawk is not good and try to get him out. Now, these guys attack the eagle because the eagle landed somewhere, and the eagle for them is not a good thing. Obviously, the eagle for another eagle, or how should I put it differently? For its partners, let's put it this way, is not a threat, because that's why the eagle landed in that particular tree. So I'm not trying to defend these guys attacking it, but I don't like attacking the military base. The military base should not be over there in the first place. And to claim that you act in self-defense, like they're going to mention later, they acted in Syria. What's self-defense in Syria? Your military occupation of Syria and military bases sucking the Syrian oil, you can't claim self-defense when you're occupying, can you? It's like I go to that house over there, go in, and as I go in over there and I beat everybody, someone tries to beat me. I say, oh, in self-defense, I'm not going to eat your food anymore. I'm going to beat you up now. What are you doing in my house? What are you doing in my neighborhood? You're no good. The hawk in the tree. All right, so the United States responded by using an AC-130 aircraft already in the air. What a surprise, man. It was already in the air. Do you know how long it takes for an airplane to get in the air? To get the crew, go get ready, check the airplane. It takes maybe, I don't know, unless it's on standby. If it's on standby, the crew just jumps in, put the cockpit on, and that's an AC-130, it's not a fighter jet. And it hit an Iranian-backed, they say, militia vehicle and a number of personnel involved in the attack. They said, the spokesperson said, I don't believe anything. Now, they hit it, probably. She added that the aircraft was able to determine the point of origin and hit the militants because they were able to keep an eye on their movements. So they already knew where they were, everything, and then they hit them. You know, this sounds to me like a little bit of a Hollywood here. But people like movies, so they will have no problem believing this thing, but I have a problem. Why? Because I don't watch Hollywood movies anymore. I mean, for a long time. So let's read further so they get in the garbage even more. She added that the aircraft was able. Okay, this is the first public retaliation because we are the victims, like the shark, all right, and like the hawk. A retaliation on Iraqi territory. What are we doing over there? Or making sure that we keep democracy and freedom over there because there are some bad people in the area, in the tree. On Iraqi territory to the recent militant drone and missile attacks on U.S. troops. We are the victims. But Singh said there had been previous responses that had not been announced. The U.S. had so far limited its response to the 66 attacks. The birds in the tree attacked the hawk. Its forces in Iraq and neighboring Syria, you know, that's an illegal occupation of U.S. forces of Syria, claimed by Iran-aligned Iraqi militia groups to 3 separate sets of strikes in Syria. You should get out of Syria. Have nothing to do over there legally. At least 62 U.S. personnel have suffered minor injuries or traumatic brain injuries in the attacks. Yeah, and the guys in Washington, D.C. don't care because they get the oil, they get the dominance in the area, and they make sure that their buddy over there is A-okay. You know who I'm talking about. So here is, my friends, in an act of self-defense by the big guy, the biggest dude in the neighborhood, the biggest, always attacked, and always we are responding in self-defense to protect our own interest. But Russia or China or other countries do not have the same right, somehow. I don't know. What do you think? Well, my friends, I think for me things are clear. And it's how these guys create these articles. It's so easy to dismantle them. And the people who come out and say things, the US government, don't believe anything they say until I verify. Why? Because they told me so many lies that what am I supposed to do? Be a sucker? Yeah, that's exactly what they want me to do. And if you say that, you say, oh my God, how can you say that? Where have you been? How old are you? 50? Where have you been for the past 50 years? You had time. You have time to accumulate knowledge, information, historical events, facts. What are you talking about? But if you ask that question is on you, then that's why we get what we get. Those guys voted in the office, which again, the democratic system of the United States is laughable. It's just a little game between them over there and us, that they make us feel that we are part of a process. We are part of the process, but not the process they tell us we are. We are the process that we think that we participate in that. Yeah, we participate because that's the way we legitimize their system. Do we have the power of the outcome? Yeah, but the guys that they put forward, they're not our people, they're their people. So, you know, I vote for garbage 1 or garbage B. Those two are still garbage and come from the same guys, not from us. But we voted, yeah, we choose. That's true. But who did you choose? One that was put forward out of 2, 1 that was put forward by the same guys, and they are not in our team. Remember that one. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.